Hey guys, welcome back. Today's video is going to be a little different. If you're watching this, it is November 20th, 2020, which marks 10 years of my dad being gone. And just a disclaimer, I'm not doing this video for any pity, and I hate being vulnerable. So this is way out of my comfort zone. But I was thinking about it, and I have a few friends that have lost their parents or their loved ones this year, and I know how difficult that can be, and I wish there was a video like this back when it happened to me, because I felt like it could have helped. And I also don't talk about my dad very often, so please bear with me because it's gonna get a little hard. So 10 years ago, I was 16, and I'm sorry. As you can see, since I don't talk about it a lot, it is very hard for me. My dad passed away from a brain aneurysm, and they're hereditary. So, his grandpa actually passed away from one too. So, I just need to be really careful, I guess. So that's another thing. But throughout the years, so many of you have checked on me and have reached out to me when it's time for the anniversary or his birthday or anything like that. I just want to say, I so appreciate all the support I've gotten over the last 10 years, because I didn't think I was gonna ever get to this point, I guess. So for those who have gone through it this year or recently, I guess I'm just here to help with your grieving process, because I felt like I hid mine from everybody, and that's not healthy. And I could tell you that from just a personal perspective, that it's better to talk to people, because if not, you feel alone even though you're not. So yeah, I guess the first thing that I always asked people was is it gonna get any easier? And I had one friend who had lost her dad a few years before I did, and she was the only person I wanted to talk to, because she knew how I felt. And if you're out there and you need someone to talk to and you feel like you don't want to talk to anybody, I'm the one. Trust me, I get it, totally get it. And I didn't want to go to therapy or anything like that, and I was angry. And when I say angry, I mean I was fucking mean, bro. I was mean to my mom, I was mean to my family, and I didn't mean to be. It was just the way that I was coping with things, and I feel horrible, but that's just what I did. So if you feel you're doing that too, you're not alone. I had such a huge support system, everyone at school, my family. My dad graduated from the same high school as me, so a lot of my teachers and faculty members knew him, and they would always stop me and tell me how great of a person he was and stuff. And so that was helpful, and that was super sweet too. But I just felt I blocked everyone out. I feel there's a few years in my life that I don't remember everything that happened, if that makes sense. And I think that it was just because I blocked it out. I was so hurt and I was in so much pain that I just don't remember any of it. And it's crazy, but I can definitely say that it gets easier. Your everyday life gets easier, which is so weird, because it just becomes part of your norm. And sometimes when I sit there and I think about it, it's wow, they've missed out on so much, so when I do think about it, or it is an anniversary or it is a birthday or something, I find myself crying. But I find myself crying more as a like a laugh cry, like, because I'm thinking about like the memories that I did have and how special they are. And I think about like what a jerk he was sometimes. And it was just like, and he didn't mean to be a jerk. Like, he was just so funny that like there are just things that I think of. And so like I'll cry because like I miss him, but like laugh because it was just like such a good memory. I don't even know where I'm going with this video. I just felt like I needed to vent, and I felt like I would have appreciated something like this. And I don't talk about him like ever. And I think that's why I have like such a hard time when I do, because it's still like not real, but it is. Like, I don't know how to explain it. And like I said, like, I hate being vulnerable. Like, I hate it. So like for me, even sitting here to be able to do this is like crazy to me. Like, my husband, like, never got to meet him, and like I feel like doesn't know a lot about him, because like how often we don't talk about it, you know? Like, I don't even think my husband knew that today was like my 10-year anniversary for him, because like I don't bring it up. It's weird, but like that's why I'm here, to encourage you guys to talk about it and to remember them and keep them alive, because it's so important. Because I don't know, like, I just felt like I could have been at like a better place way earlier than I was. So like I said, if you need someone to talk to, I'm always here. But yeah, like, and if you're worried about them missing out on like such big events, like, don't be, because like my dad missed out on my high school graduation. He missed out on my college graduation. He missed out on my marriage. Like, he missed out on so much. But like the 16 years that I did have with him, like, I'm so lucky. Some people don't even get that. So I consider myself really lucky. And you should too. Because they're what helped like make you, you know, like turned you into who you are today. And like I always have people commenting on my stuff, like when I post about him, like, you're so strong, and it's like not as much as you think. But I am. And I think that just going through something like that really helped shape me into the woman that I am today. And while I'm super upset that I lost him, I'm so grateful for the amount of like stuff that I know I can take, you know? If you're like finding yourself there, like stuck and like don't know what to do, I will say that like music did so much for me. And I know you guys like know like how obsessed I am with One Direction and Harry Styles, but I don't think you know like the full extent to it. One Direction became a band in 2010. Okay, so like right around the same time I lost him, and their music really got me out of such a dark, ugly place. And like when I mean dark, I mean like I didn't want to be here dark. Like, and I don't think I've ever even told anybody that, but like I really didn't want to be here. So listening to them and like listening to the lyrics of their songs about just like loving and stuff really pulled me out of a dark place, and focusing my attention on Harry and like being obsessed with him like was a really like good coping method for me. So when you sit there and you think I'm like a psychopath every time I post about them and like how obsessed I am, like it's at a different level than what you guys understand. So I am still a little bit crazy, but it's just like they spoke to me like when I couldn't even like speak to myself, you know? They helped me, and for that I'm forever grateful, and I'll forever be obsessed. And my family like never judged me like when it came to like my obsessions of things like that. Like Savannah and Alexa like never like once were like, you're super weird like for liking them, like you're too old to go through like a boy band phase. Like it was never like that. Like they were always like super supportive of my obsessions, I guess. They still are, like till this day, like they don't care. So yeah, thanks guys if you watch this. Thank you. And thank you for always like checking on me. I'm sorry. Actually, like thank you to everyone for always checking on me and always making sure I'm okay, because that's important. And I so appreciate it more than you know, because I felt like, because I don't like to be vulnerable, like I hid a lot of this from you guys. And even in school, like I went back to school so quickly that like I feel like people just were like, oh, she's fine, like she's good, she's chilling. And I wasn't. I was just so worried about what people thought back then that like I put on this huge front and then I would go home and die inside. But now that I realize that like people's opinions of me don't matter, I can sit here and tell you that I was not okay. And that's okay. Like, why would I be okay? You know, like I just lost a parent. No one expected me to be okay. But like I said, I was super worried about my appearance to people that I just shut down, and that's not healthy. So I encourage you guys who are going through something like this not to do that, because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what people think. What matters is your mental health and your physical health, and just like be around those who are positive and who love you. And I know it's easier said than done, trust me, but like if you take anything from this, it's like love yourself first, because if you don't, then who's going to, you know? How in the hell are you going to love somebody else when you can't love yourself? In the amazing words of RuPaul. Oh, and now here I am, 10 years later. I have a wonderful husband who I know my dad would have really loved to meet. And I work in healthcare, and I'm so happy. Like, I'm the happiest I've ever been. I have great friends. My family is great. I couldn't have asked for a better outcome for me, and I don't think he could have either. And lucky for me, I have a bonus dad who was able to help stand in the place of mine when he was gone. And even though it's not the same thing, it definitely helped. He's been there for everything. Walked me down the aisle, like just stuff that normal dads do with their daughters. I was able to do that with my other dad, and I'm forever grateful for that too. But like also, if it's your dad that you lost, your mom is also like a second dad. So don't just put dad things past her, because she can be a mom and she can be a dad, which is incredible. So even if you don't have a bonus dad like I do, and you have a mom, just let her do the dad things that she's gonna want to do, because she knows he's not there. I feel like I didn't let her do that for me a lot of the times. So yeah, like I said, I don't really know the purpose of this, whether it was just, you know, me venting about how I've been doing the last 10 years, or giving you guys an update about how I'm doing now, or at least shedding some light on those who are going through it like I did. Or even if you haven't recently gone through it, or it's been a decade like it has for me, just know that like you're not alone. And I feel it every day. and I miss him every single day, especially around the holidays because I lost him so close to them. So Christmas and Thanksgiving aren't really like, I mean, they're like happy for me, and I love Christmas. I love everything about Christmas. Clearly, like, I have my tree up and it's not even Thanksgiving. But just like, it gets better, I promise. And like I said, if you ever need someone to talk to, I'm here. But don't be afraid to confide in others, and don't ever worry about what other people think of you. If that's the one thing that you take from this, besides loving yourself, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to talk about it. Don't be afraid to ask for help, because you need it. We all do. So yeah, thank you for coming to my TED Talk. And thank you to everybody who's checked in on me on the last 10 years. Even if it was just like when it happened, just thank you so much for all the love and support, because I appreciate it more than you know. And I really hope that this helps some of you guys, because I think that was my main goal out of this. So yeah, until next time.